When we talk about prisons, they're not usually associated with luxury. Prisons are meant for criminals to spend a considerable number of years of their lives behind bars. Some countries believe prisons don't have to be a place where occupants would suffer. These prisons are so luxurious that inmates have the better living conditions than some citizens in some poverty-stricken countries of the world. Number 10. Sollentuna Prison, Sweden. Sweden is one of the best Scandinavian countries to live, and its Sollentuna Prison is reminiscent of that. This prison looks like a 5-star hotel, with inmates having access to well-furnished cell rooms, private kitchens, a state-of-the-art gym, and recreational centers. Number 9. San Pedro Prison, Bolivia. Though it's not as luxurious as some of the prisons on this list, definitely a comfortable one. When you see San Pedro Prison, you'll wonder whether this is a correctional facility or a community of people forced to move and live together. Inmates are allowed to make up their own rules and regulations, as long as the rules are within reason. By doing this, the prison aims to avoid any tensions and keep the prisoners happy. The inmates have their freedom to live their life, which is a luxury. Life in San Pedro Prison is funny to some extent, if you think it's supposed to be a lockup facility. Prisoners have a right to choose their own leaders and set up the whole neighborhood complete with their families. The prisoners have their own set of rules and methods of punishments as well as means of mediating disputes. The prison has been a tourist prison for many years. Number 8. California Prison, USA. This is perhaps America's most luxurious prison. This facility started to charge inmates a whopping $155 per night to stay in unused jail. The prison decided to make use of this previously unused jail since it was built in 2000. The jail is quite an upgrade from the average prison, as prisoners get to enjoy various entertainment programs on a widescreen HD TV and gaming tables, bathrooms, cells, beds, and showers. These new rates, however, do not include room service. Everything else remains the same as in any other prison. This California prison can accommodate up to 96 prisoners, despite having just 54 beds. However, the program is only limited to those convicted of minor offenses who receive prior judicial approval. Number 7. La Cedral Colombia. La Cedral was built to specifications on Pablo Escobar's orders under a 1991 agreement with the Colombian government that would see Escobar surrender to authorities and serve a maximum term of 5 full years, and the Colombian government would not extradite him to the United States. In addition to the facility being built to Escobar's specifications, Escobar was also given the right to choose who would guard him, and it was believed he chose guards only loyal to him. Moreover, the prison was thought to have been designed more to keep Escobar's enemies out and protect him from assassination attempts rather than keep Escobar in. The prison was built atop foggy mountains to keep the drug lord away from his enemies rather than locking the cocaine kingpin. Pablo Escobar agreed on a prison sentence, but on his own terms. He constructed a prison so luxurious that it was referred to many times as the Hotel Escobar or Club Medellin, but its long-lasting name has been La Catedral or the Cathedral. In addition to many cool things, the prison had a jacuzzi, a football field, and a waterfall. La Catedral was more of a fortress than a prison for Pablo Escobar. Other extravagant things La Catedral had included billiard rooms, an industrial kitchen, bars with big screen TVs, and a disco where Escobar would host wedding receptions. The prisoner's feast includes caviar, stuffed turkey, smoked trout, fresh salmon, all while in the company of several beauty queens. Number 6. Jvfuels Prison, Germany. Jvfuels Prison is one of the oldest prisons in this list, having been built in 1879. Also known as Santa Fe, the prison saw major revamps between 2010 and 2011, updating its look and facilities into world-class than it used to be before. The cell rooms are huge, with wood-like painted doors that create a ski chalet vibe. Inmates have couches and coffee tables in their rooms, as well as private bathrooms with showers. The inmates are allowed to do their own laundry with the help of advanced facilities. Jvfuels Prison has been a conference room and a recording room, with inmates receiving 3 square meals every day, along with enjoying dances at the conference room. This is instead a swanky place to carry out your sentence. The telephone booths are also quite inviting, and unlike in average prisons, less troublesome. The telephone corners have huge tables, comfortable and expanded chairs for inmates to relax as they wait. There have been few escapes from Jvfuels prison, probably because it's so luxurious. But can you imagine anyone risking being put in a normal prison because they were caught trying to escape such a delightful and relaxing-looking place? Number 5. HM Prison, Berwyn. HM Prison Berwyn is a €250 million Category C adult male prison in Wexham County Borough, Wales. Boasting the largest operational prison in the UK, HM Prison Berwyn was opened on 28 February 2017 and operated by Her Majesty's Prison Service. The prison was planned to be at 75% capacity by the end of 2017, but in June 2018, 16 months after opening, the prison was still only half full. It has been suggested that this is due to the contentious design of the prison, which requires a high proportion of prisoners to share cells to cut costs. Before the design of Berwyn, the prison service worked on the basis that one person to a cell was the norm. The prison was designed to house 2,100 men and be the cheapest to run Category C prison in the country, with a projected cost of £14 million per inmate. They're offered laptops to order meals for the whole week, arrange visits, weekly shopping, and other tasks connected to their studies. However, as of 2019, it's still incomplete, only 60% full, and costs £36,000 per prisoner each year. Staff at HPM Berwyn are expected to stick to a set of values. The values are to value each other, celebrate achievements, act with integrity, always speak the truth, look to the future with ambition and hope, uphold fairness and justice in all they do, embrace Welsh language and culture, and stick at it. Number 4. Justice Center Loben, Austria. The Justice Center Loben is a court and prison complex in Loben in Styria, Austria, designed by architect Josef Hohensen and completed in November 2004. With 205 inmates, the prison is fully booked. There are 2 inscriptions on the prisoner's perimeter. All human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights, which is taken from the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights. And all persons deprived of their liberty shall be treated with humanity and with respect for the inherent dignity of the human person. Jim Lewis of the New York Times said that in Europe, the prison's design became more of a model, not universally accepted, but not easily ignored either. The prison gives each of its prisoners a single cell with a private bathroom, a kitchenette, plus a TV. All that in their fully equipped gym, basketball court, and outdoor recreation area. Number 3. Otago Corrections Facility, New Zealand. Otago Corrections Facility, OCF, is located near Milton and was one of the 4 new prisons that opened between 2005 and 2007. OCF was intended to hold about 425 male prisoners and employed 201 staff. When double bunking was introduced at OCF in 2010, inmate numbers rose to 480. The prison provides 3 rehabilitation programs. The medium-intensity rehabilitation program is designed for prisoners in the middle risk range, those not considered high risk, but still enough of a risk to warrant rehabilitation. The short rehabilitation program is a brief rehab program aimed at a smaller number of prisoners who need rehab but still don't have enough time in their sentence to complete a more extended program. OCF also has a drug treatment unit for prisoners with a drug and alcohol problem. Number 2. HMP Addywell, Scotland. HMP Addywell is a prison located near the village of Addywell in West Lothian, Scotland. HMP Addywell is operated by a private company, Sodexo Justice Services, and contracted to the Scottish Prison Service. The prison holds adult males who have been convicted as well as those being held on remand. A designed learning prison, Her Majesty's Prison Addywell in southern Scotland, allows each of its resident inmates 40 weekly hours of productive skill building, with a special focus on helping inmates transition back to civilian life in a purposeful and fulfilling manner. Addywell's 700 prisoners are sure in good hands. In January 2004, a 6-week public consultation began for a planning application for a new £80 million prison in West Lothian. In June 2006, the contract was awarded to a consortium of companies that included Sodexo Investment Services and the Royal Bank Project Investments. The prison opened on 12 December 2008 with a capacity for 700 prisoners and a further 96 places held in reserve. In November 2010, the prison was running at capacity, with 700 prisoners being held. In October 2009, there was a disturbance involving around 20 inmates, which led to a prison custody officer requiring hospital treatment. February 2009 saw a cell being damaged by fire in an incident of 3 hours' duration. 2 prison custody officers were injured during a riot in January 2010. Number 1. Bastoy Prison, Norway. Bastoy Prison is a minimum security prison on Bastoy Island, Norway, located in the Horten municipality, about 75 kilometers, 46 miles, south of Oslo. The prison sits on a 2.6 square kilometer, 1 square mile island and hosts 115 inmates. It's been called the Norwegian prison that works, as well as the world's nicest prison, and it's not hard to see why. At Bastoy Prison, inmates live communally in comfortable homes. Each man has his own room and shares the kitchen and other facilities with the other inmates. A meal a day is provided for them, but any other food must be bought from the local supermarket and prepared by the prisoners themselves, who receive an allowance of $90 a month. Once a prison colony for young boys, the facility is trying to become the first ecological prison in the world. Reoffending rates have been reported at 16%, compared to a European average of around 70%. Inmates are housed in wooden cottages and work the prison farm. During their free time, inmates can access horseback riding, fishing, tennis, and cross-country skiing. The only access to the prison is from a ferry that departs from Horten. In 2014, the prison was awarded the 2014 Blanche Major Reconciliation Prize for promoting human values and tolerance. Bastoy Prison has been called one of the most liberal prisons. Unlike most prisons throughout the world, the guards and inmates get along. At night, only 5 guards are left on the grounds to monitor the 100-plus inmates. Life for inmates in regular prisons is dictated for them every second of the day. However, at Bastoy, the prisoners must learn how to fill their days with activities. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below and let us know what do you think. Don't forget to subscribe for new and upcoming episodes.